Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Taxi operator murdered in Seaview Garden, St. Andrew. A taxi operator was murdered in Seaview Garden, St. Andrew yesterday morning. He is 32-year-old Javon Ferguson. He was found slumped over the steering wheel of his taxi along a roadway in the community. He was shot in the head. The murder is being investigated. Westmoreland cop suspected of committing suicide. A police corporal assigned to the Westmoreland Police Division is suspected of committing suicide on Wednesday morning. Reports are that the body of Horace McDermott was found at his home in Savannah Lamar with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was assigned to the Frome police station. After suspected suicide, cops urged to seek help with mental health.
It is very unfortunate and sad circumstance that I report that about 9:30 this morning, Corporal Horace McDermott of the Westmoreland Division was found in his house with a gunshot wound to his head and his firearm close to his body. On the face of it, it appears to be a suicide. However, the investigation is ongoing and we await the outcome of the investigation. I just want to appeal to other members of the JCF out there that if you need help, there are mechanisms within the force to address these things, such as the chaplaincy services and the medical services branch. The members of the Westmoreland Division are in a very somber mood, especially those who were very close to Mr. McDermott. And I just want to take this opportunity to offer my condolences on behalf of the Westmoreland Division to the family and relatives of Mr. McDermott, as also to the JCF, the Westmoreland Police and the wider JCF.
6 narrowly escaped serious injuries in Lacova crash. 6 people, including a 14-year-old girl, narrowly escaped serious injuries following a 2-vehicle crash on the Lacova Main Road in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday morning. The crash involved a Toyota Mark X and a Suzuki Grand Vitara. The driver of the Vitara told reporters that about 10:30 a.m. he was traveling from Santa Cruz, and while attempting to take right into the Horton district, the Mark S, which was overtaking traffic, reportedly hit in his vehicle. An eyewitness corroborated the man's claim of how the crash happened. "Me sit down right at the gas station, and me see the Mark X a overtake 2 cars, and a come down, and the Suzuki Vitara a turn. So comes now, the Mark X slam in at the front of it, and the Vitara spinning at the road," the eyewitness said. Police on the scene reported that speeding was a factor in the crash and that the area is a school zone. The driver of the Vitara and his 14-year-old daughter, along with the 4 occupants of the Mark X, received no visible injuries. The crash has since affected the flow of traffic on the crucial roadway that connects Santa Cruz and Point West.
Coming from Santa Cruz, I reached at the junction to turn around by Horton. When I turn the vehicle with the indicator on, and the thing I hear bloom, one collide, vehicle spin. When I look the vehicle spin across where the road and I come out, I see the market slip like vehicle. And I think them there for me to fix what them vehicle, because me with them vehicles. So I don't understand how me supposed to turn on a school zone. This is no overtaking zone, and you overtake a line of traffic and communicate with it and send me wrong. So I leave it up to the officer.
Me see the overtake 2 cars come down the line. That vehicle turn, that the Suzuki Swift turn on it, slamming at front of it. And it spin down the road. That's,
you mean the Vitara?
Yeah. Spin down the road when the market licking at it.
Michael Phillips distances himself from $92 million drug bust involving brother of the half-blood. Michael Phillips, Vice President of the People's National Party and Member of Parliament for Manchester Northwestern, has sought to distance himself from the arrest of his elder brother in a major cocaine bust at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston on Monday. In a statement on Wednesday, Phillips said, "I have been informed that a person arrested at the Norman Manley International Airport on Monday in connection with breaches of the Dangerous Drug Act is my elder brother, of the half-blood, and who has not resided in Jamaica for over 30 years. We are both sons of the late Miss Minan Phillips and have never resided together as brothers," Phillips said, adding, "I am aware of social media posting that have resulted in me being called by friends concerning the matter, and hence I have decided to make a public statement setting out all the information I have concerning it. The issue is unrelated to me and therefore I am and remain unconnected to it. I am not the subject of any investigation and have no reason to be involved with it." A release from the Constabulary's Communications Unit said approximately 12 kilograms of cocaine with an estimated threat value of over $600,000, amounting to about $92 million in Jamaican dollars, was seized during security checks after abnormalities were detected in a blue suitcase destined for United States. A police source disclosed to reporters that the would-be passenger, who was scheduled to depart on the JetBlue flight to Fort Lauderdale, attempted to check in a suitcase loaded with cocaine. After being identified by airline agents at the boarding gate, the suspect managed to slip away while waiting to be escorted for his suitcase to be checked. He left the location and departed the airport before he was held by the police, the source confirmed. Double murder rocks Westmoreland. 2 men are dead and another injured following a shooting incident in Betheltown, Westmoreland on Wednesday afternoon. The identities of the deceased are not yet known. Head of the Westmoreland Police Division, Senior Superintendent SSP Joseph, confirmed the incident with reporters. Sians charged after shootout with cops. A team of officers assigned to the Westmoreland Police Division charged one man with shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony in relation to a shooting incident that happened on Saturday, December 24, 2022. Charge is 42-year-old Donovan Pierce, otherwise called Nance, a laborer of Top Hill in Sheffield District, Westmoreland. Reports are that about 8:55 p.m., a police team went to the home of Pierce to apprehend him in regards to a shooting incident that he was suspected of committing. On the approach of the police team, Pierce reportedly brandished a firearm and fired at the lawman. The team returned the fire, and Pierce reportedly ran into a gully behind his house and escaped. An investigation was launched, and Pierce was arrested and charged after he was questioned in the presence of his attorney on Tuesday. His court date has not been finalized. NWA closes Jones River Bridge in St. Elizabeth. The National Works Agency NWA has advised that a compromised bridge has led it to close the main road between Ginger Hill and Four Pass in St. Elizabeth with immediate effect. The road is a major link to several communities in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and St. James, including YS, Washfoot Gully, Orange River, and sections of Piscal. The NWA says the corridor has been closed due to failure in one of the abutments of the Jones River Bridge. The bridge is located just outside of Ginger Hill Square. Manager, Communication and Customer Service of the NWA, Stephen Shaw, says the structural failure was identified by the agency's technical team during a routine inspection of the bridge. As a result of the closure, the NWA says motorists wish to travel from the direction of St. James towards Wyeth Falls are being diverted through the communities of Pitchka, Springfield, and Four Paths. The reverse will obtain for those motorists wishing to travel to sections of Ginger Hill, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and St. James. Shaw says that the NWA recognizes that some work will have to be done on the alternative route and is now in the process of putting together an estimate for repair. When complete, the estimate will be sent to the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation for funding support. In the meantime, motorists are being advised to exercise caution on the road. Paternity leave with pay now in effect. Paternity leave with pay for fathers of newborns in the public sector and adoption leave for parents adopting and bringing a new child into the home are now in effect. These leave entitlements of the public sector workers took effect on January 1. Both categories will be entitled to 20 working days leave with pay. The increase of paid maternity leave from 40 days to a period of 60 working days with pay is also now in effect. The changes are the result of the current public sector compensation review, which is intended to overhaul the structure of salaries and other emoluments in the public sector. Minister of Finance and the Public Service Nigel Clark had announced the changes in July 2022, which are being facilitated by updating the public sector staff orders of 2004. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell